What if I told you that the newest van hitting American roads in 2026 costs as much as a luxury SUV, but claims it can haul, tow, and adapt better than anything else in its class? Meet the GMC Savana G3800 Extended, a $70,000 beast that blends workhorse toughness with unexpected versatility. From moving cargo to carrying a full family road trip setup, this van promises to do it all. But is it really worth a hefty price tag? Or is GMC overselling the hype? Stick around, because by the end of this review, you'll know the truth. GMC isn't a newcomer when it comes to building tough, no-nonsense vans. For decades, the Savana lineup has been the go-to choice for businesses, contractors, and families who need more than just a vehicle. They need a reliable workhorse. But with the 2026 GMC Savana G3800 Extended, the brand is aiming much higher. This isn't just another cargo van. It's being positioned as one of the most versatile vehicles on the road today, promising to bridge the gap between heavy-duty utility and everyday comfort. Priced at around $70,000, it immediately raises eyebrows. That's a figure you'd expect from a well-equipped SUV or a sleek electric crossover, not a boxy van. So why is GMC confident people will pay that much? The answer lies in how they reimagined what a van can do. From hauling equipment and towing trailers to transforming into a family road trip companion. This launch is significant because the van market in the U.S. hasn't seen many bold moves lately. Most players are sticking to safe designs, focusing on fleet sales. GMC, on the other hand, seems to be challenging that status quo by pushing Savana into new territory. But is this reinvention truly groundbreaking, or is it just clever marketing wrapped in a familiar package? In the next part of this review, we'll dive into the details, from the exterior design and interior features to the real-world performance that will either justify that $70,000 price tag or leave buyers questioning their choice. Now let's peel back the curtain and look at what makes the 2026 GMC Savana G3800 Extended such a conversation starter. At first glance, it's unmistakably a van, boxy, tall, and unapologetically practical. But GMC has made subtle design choices that give it a modern edge. A reshaped front fascia with a bolder grille, sleeker headlights, and more aerodynamic lines help this workhorse look less like a fleet vehicle and more like a premium multi-purpose machine. On the road, it has a presence that says, yes, I'm built for work, but I can handle family life too. Step inside, and the surprises continue. Gone are the bare-bones interiors of older Savanas. The 2026 model greets you with a cabin that feels more SUV than cargo van. Premium seating materials, touchscreen infotainment with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a suite of driver assist features all come standard. Imagine a long family road trip where you're not crammed into stiff seats. Instead, you're reclining with USB-C charging ports, multiple storage compartments, and a panoramic view of the road ahead. For businesses, that same comfort translates to happier drivers and less fatigue on long hauls. Performance is where GMC really leans into its promise of versatility. Under the hood, buyers get the choice of a powerful V8 engine or a more efficient turbocharged V6, both capable of towing serious weight. Need to haul heavy equipment during the week and a boat on the weekend? The G3800 Extended claims it can handle both with ease. GMC says the van can tow upwards of 10,000 pounds, a number that puts it in pickup truck territory. Image 9, Savana towing boat on the road. But power isn't the only story here. Safety tech is another major upgrade. Features like blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and 360-degree cameras make this massive vehicle surprisingly easy to maneuver. Parallel parking something this big might still raise your blood pressure, but with the added tech, it's far less intimidating than older models. Still, there are trade-offs. Fuel economy isn't groundbreaking, especially compared to newer electric rivals like the Ford e-Transit. And while the interior feels comfortable, some reviewers have noted that the third row can get cramped if you're loading up a full crew. GMC clearly prioritized versatility over luxury, and depending on your needs, that's either a smart move or a deal breaker. Here's where the 2026 GMC Savana G3800 Extended either earns its $70,000 badge or falls flat. After all the design talk, safety promises, and feature highlights, What really matters is how it feels in the real world. And this is where things get interesting. On the highway, the V8 roars to life with surprising confidence. Acceleration isn't sports car quick, but for a van of this size, the power is more than enough to merge and overtake without breaking a sweat. Loaded down with gear, it still feels steady, thanks to a reinforced suspension that absorbs bumps better than you'd expect. For families, that translates into long drives without the usual rattles and shakes. For businesses, it means hauling weight without constantly worrying about breakdowns. But the biggest shock comes in how manageable it feels behind the wheel. With its 360-degree camera and adaptive steering assists, this massive van shrinks around you in city traffic. Tight turns? Still a challenge, but nowhere near the nerve-wracking experience of older vans. It's one of those moments where you realize this isn't just a cargo hauler anymore. It's a serious all-rounder. Of course, not everything shines. Push it hard, and fuel efficiency drops quickly. And when you compare it to electric competitors, it's clear GMC is betting on raw versatility over futuristic range. For some buyers, that's perfect. For others, it's a deal breaker. This is the crossroads where expectations clash with reality. So, is the Savana G3800 Extended truly the most versatile van ever built? In some ways, yes. It delivers muscle, comfort, and tech in a package that feels fresh in a stagnant market. But in other ways, it reminds us that even bold reinventions come with limits. And that's exactly what makes the final verdict so important. So, where's the 2026 GMC Savana G3800 Extended land after everything we've seen? At its core, this van is a bold statement from GMC, proof that even in a market dominated by SUVs and electric crossovers, there's still room for a powerhouse utility vehicle. It doesn't try to be flashy. Instead, it focuses on doing what vans were built to do: haul, carry, and adapt, but with a modern twist. The pros are hard to ignore. A spacious and flexible cabin, strong towing capacity, upgraded safety tech, and comfort that rivals mid-tier SUVs make it more versatile than most competitors. For contractors, small business owners, or families who need a single vehicle that can juggle work and play, it's a very compelling choice. Add in GMC's reputation for durability, and you've got a van that feels like it could serve you for years without complaint. But the drawbacks are equally clear. At $70,000, this is not a budget-friendly option. Fuel economy lags behind newer electric rivals, and the third-row space isn't as generous as some buyers might expect. It's also walking a fine line between multi-purpose hero and overpriced work van, depending on what you prioritize most. In today's U.S. market, that positioning is fascinating. GMC is essentially saying there's still a place for gas power versatility, even as EVs grab headlines. Whether buyers agree will shape how vans evolve in the next few years, and the Savana G3800 Extended might just be the spark that reignites serious interest in this segment. So, is this the van that truly does it all? Or is it simply testing how far people are willing to stretch their wallets for versatility? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with what you think about GMC's move here. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we got plenty more deep dives into the cars shaping tomorrow's roads.